For those in the audience getting to know you for the very first time, care to share where you were born?
Flint. And Flint, I was born in Flint. And for Flint people, I was born on the north side by Don Donuts on the north. I forgot the street name. Bertha. That's what it's called, Dirt Road. I was born over there. Think I stayed there till I was like probably like 5. Then I moved to the south. Then I stayed over there for the rest of the time. But then my people, we still got all like, we own like the whole block on McClellan. Like we own one of them blocks on McClellan. Like all my family over there, we know everybody over there. So we still be back and forth.
And still reside in South Flint?
Yeah.
And care to share your current age at this point?
I'm 21. Just turned 21.
And your birthday while you're at it, the month and the day perhaps?
September 19th.
Now, what was that really like growing up in South Flint for you?
I feel like I was outside a lot. Like that's all it really was to do. Be outside. Just do shit. Do bullshit. Be bad. Play basketball. Wasn't even that cold at it for real around that time. But, just do shit. I used to fish a lot. My pops used to take me fishing a lot. So that's all I really used to do. Just hang with my niggas and just be outside.
Now, what was the top point for you during your upbringing in South Flint? What was your highest point or most positive moment growing up in that area?
Like, what you mean by that?
Like, what was your most positive moment for you growing up in South Flint? Was it those fishing expeditions?
Oh,
Was it something more than that? Just thinking back in your past, South Flint.
I had to say at the park. Just at the park. That's really where I used to go all the time, every day. So I'd probably say at the park, that's probably most positive shit. I mean, of course, it'd be all types of shit going on at the park. Niggas might start shooting, niggas might start fighting. But hey, that's all I did. That's all I knew. I always went to the park and rode my bike. That's all I did.
Was there a name to the park?
Stewart Park.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, what was the bottom point for you?
Brennan Park. You said what?
No, go ahead.
No, it's called Brennan Park. I'm tripping. Brennan Center Park. Some shit like that. Then Stewart was a school. What you saying?
Now, what was the bottom point for you on the opposite end of the spectrum during your upbringing in South Flint? What was your lowest point or most negative moment growing up in that area for you?
Shit. When I caught the house on fire. I caught the house on fire. I forgot the year, but
What age or grade?
I was probably in I don't know. I think it was like 2013 though. But yeah, whatever grade I was in around that time. I think it was like 2013. That's when I caught the house on fire. Just trying to cook some fries, not paying attention, watching TV, and I'm trying to hurry up cook the fries though. I wasn't just trying to cook the fries. I was trying to hurry up. Like, I asked my man, I don't even know how to cook for real. I'm just really showing out because he just came. This is his first time coming over here, so I'm like, you want some fries and shit? I see him in the fridge. He's like, yeah. So I turned him all the way on high because I ain't feel like waiting for the grease to get hot. So I put it all the way on high and then just sat down and then wasn't paying attention. And how it is in the kitchen is like the stove and it's the microwave right above it. So I got the grease on the stove. It's on high. So when I look, I'm on the couch watching TV. So when I look, it's fire coming from the pot of the grease. Fire coming up high as hell, melting in the microwave. By the time, then mind you, like I said, I don't know how to cook or nothing, so I don't know how to stop no grease fire. But I did see my sister stop an electrical fire with salt before. So I'm thinking, that's what you do when you feel me, when the fire go. So I just grabbed the salt, throwing salt on there. That shit ain't doing nothing. So I'm just throwing the salt on there thinking that's what it is. It's gonna cut it out, but no, that shit just ended up spreading. My man, this is his first time spending the night. He just got there probably like 2 hours ago. So he trying to throw water on it. I told him not to do that. And he ended up grabbing his bag and running out the house. It ended up like spreading. Ended up going to the cabinets, on the walls. It was getting crazy. So he ended up running out. Then I ended up running out. Then my mom, they was all asleep. My mom and my sister, they was asleep. But they ended up running out too.
And what was that feeling like, seeing all that take place?
I really just scared what my mom was gonna say. That's all I really cared about, for real. But she wasn't that mad at me. She was just like, she was on some shit like, it happens type shit. But I was scared. I'm like, man, she about to beat my ass. That's all I was thinking. But yeah, that's all I cared about, was what she thought.
Now, what actually was damaged by the fire? Was it just anything in that kitchen or further in the house?
The kitchen was gone. The whole kitchen was gone. Everything else was smoke damage, but like, it don't sound that bad, but shit really be fucking up from the smoke. Like, shoes be fucking up, TVs, the blinds upstairs, like, mind you, it wasn't upstairs at all, but the blinds upstairs was curled up, like they was shriveled all the way up, like the walls was black upstairs. Everything getting fucked up from the smoke. So that's really, the smoke was really like messed everything up, the smoke damage.
And did you end up having to live elsewhere, get that house fixed, return back to that house eventually, or no more with that house?
For a minute, I think for like 3 weeks, we stayed, like right after that, we stayed in the hotel for like 3 weeks, right by my school. And then we ended up going on the north, because like I said, we got people over there. So we ended up going back to the north. So I was on the north for like a year. I think I lived over there for like a year. And yeah, I think I lived over there for a year. Then we got the house remodeled and shit. So now the house look better though, for real. So I really helped. I really helped, because the house looked better. My mom had good insurance, so we got Samsung, microwave, Samsung, refrigerator, stove. Everything was like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that shit old now, but like back then, like we had top-notch shit for real. We had electric stove in 2014, 2015, around there. Cause I caught it on fire at 13, so it was like, we had electric stove. Electric stove wasn't like popular back then, so yeah, I feel like that nigga for burning the house down and getting, you feel me?
Be that as it may, when you temporarily stay at the hotel for 3 weeks and then move to the north side for approximately 1 year, in that house fire, did you lose everything? As far as possessions, like your clothes, anything that you had going on at the time, did you?
It's like it was just lost, but it was fucked up because of the smoke. The smoke kind of messed up everything. Everything was really messed up from the smoke. But like some of the shit, you know, it was washable, but yeah, a lot of the shit, like I think, like I had a Nike jacket. It was like one of my favorite. I just got it. It was like my favorite. Of course, it's my favorite. I just got the bitch. So it was green and blue. It was on the kitchen chair. I seen it like when after the fire. We came the next day. After the fire during the daytime, jacket was fucked up. I was so mad. But like other than that, I don't think, like, of course, like a lot of electronics is messed up too. So yeah, but like clothes. I think a lot of my brother's shoes was messed up. So yeah, a lot of the clothes was messed up now I think about it.
But no lives were lost, no one was injured.
Nope, nobody got hurt.
And when it comes to your family members, like your mother and your sister, did you actually wake them up, or did the fire wake them up?
I didn't wake them up. They was upstairs. I was really too busy trying to put the fire out, even though I didn't know what I was doing. I was really too busy. Then once I realized, like, I couldn't do shit. Once I realized the fire was like taking off. So I'm like, damn. That's when I ended up running out. I was so scared, and I was young. I was really I didn't go upstairs, but they ended up coming out like damn near right after I ran out. They was already knowing.
Now, what did this entire experience teach you? What did you learn from this whole incident?
Um, I say like just probably just like not rushing on shit. Like I was really rushing, trying to just get the what's the name? Another thing, not doing some shit, not trying to do some shit I don't know how to do. Like I didn't know how to cook for real at all. So I don't know. That's probably just trying to pay more attention to shit, I guess.
Now, circumstances could be different for everyone, but let's say someone in the audience just experienced a house fire themselves and now they're displaced. They have to temporarily live in a hotel or another residence while their house that they were in is being cleaned up and things of that nature.
Mm.
Anything you would say to them recovering from a house fire? If anything. And if not, that's okay too.
I would say it ain't too much to say. I don't know.
Have you mentioned the fire in your music at all?
Nope. I should. I go to the studio the other night. I should say something about it.
Just curious there. Now, when it comes to Flint, how were you able to survive that upbringing? South Flint specifically. How were you able to survive that upbringing? There are some that don't make it. Some of the description you presented previously was like shootings and things of that nature.
Yeah.
How did you, what was the secret for you? What was the key to your survival in that area?
I mean, like Flint crazy. Like, of course, you be shooting and shit. But, like, at that age, ain't nobody just trying to, like, shoot at no little kids or nothing like that. I feel like if anything, the shit I used to do is probably like the shit that I could have, you feel me? That's the shit I could have something could have happened to me doing, like playing on the train tracks, like while the train, you feel me? Shit like that. Breaking into houses, it used to be this house. It's the house that my mans knew about, but he knew that they used to travel or some shit. Like they used to travel. I didn't really know too much about the house, but I just know we used to break in there and we used to smoke paper, just dumb shit. You feel me? So we used to that's like shit like that. Like somebody could have came in there while we was in there. You feel me? We used to just go. I used to be cooking in somebody else's house, like all types of shit, just doing crazy shit, like smoking, chilling on their couch. Don't even know these people. Just break into their house, get to cooking, smoking, think we grown and shit. But like, yeah, what was the question again?
Well, the question was, how were you able to survive that upbringing in South Flint? What do you think was the key for you?
Oh yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't think it's really like anything. Like you said like the shootings and shit like that. Like, like when I was younger, ain't nobody just like trying to hurt no kids or nothing. So it's like, I think the stuff that I was doing, that was the only thing that could have really harmed me for real. But, you know, I don't know. Shit, I don't know. You really just being me, I know how to take care of myself, so.
Now, there are some people who say things like, don't know if I'll make it to see the age of 18.
Yeah.
Or 21, for example, which you just turned.
Mm.
Did you have any of these thoughts yourself growing up in South Flint?
Nah, not for real. I ain't think like I wasn't gonna not make it to see 18 or nothing like that. I felt protected. You feel me? I ain't think nothing like that was gonna happen to me.
Be that as it may, knowing what you know now, hypothetically speaking, what would you have said to your younger self back then, if anything?
Get money. That's what I'd have been, if I knew myself back then, I'd have been installing how to get money. Cause I didn't give a fuck about money. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't care for like, of course I just care about the little money, like trying to get $100, $200, something like that. But I didn't like $200. If I'd got $200, I'd be like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I got 200. I'm straight. Can't nobody tell me shit. I got $200. But now, you feel me? I'd have been like, nah, like, you can make 1,000. You feel me? That's probably what I do. I'd have told myself, like, focus more on, just getting money. Try to, just get ready for the future type shit.
Anything else you want to mention in regards to your upbringing or question you weren't asked, people want to know about that?
Say it again.
Is there anything else you were not asked in regards to your upbringing you'd like to share? Other than what you've said thus far.
Oh, I broke my arm before. I done broke 2 bones. I done broke my finger. I shattered the bones of my finger in the door. It was this finger. I shattered the door. I shattered my bones of my finger in the door. And then I broke my arm on a bike. I can't think, like, bro, when I be doing interviews, I be trying to think of shit, but as soon as I leave an interview or as soon as I be another thing we be talking about, topic we talking about, everything will come to my mind, for real. But so I don't really know. I don't really know right now, but yeah, I don't really know right now.
Just curious there. And when you shattered that finger in that door, was that at that house?
Yeah, that was on the north. That was on the north side of my granny house. I shattered in the storm door. I had just doing dumb shit, trying to see how long I can have my finger in the door before it closed, like open it, see how long I can before, and then you feel me, try to pull it out. It ended up closing, and I pulled, and it ripped it. My shit was hanging off. I'm walking down the street looking crazy, holding my hand like this, crying, no shoes on, bad, skinny as hell too. So I'm just looking crazy. Niggas like, mind you, I told you I know everybody on the block, so my Uncle Clint, he like, E, what's going on? Like, what's going on? I'm not hearing none of that. I'm looking at my finger the whole time, my shit hanging off. I'm not hearing nothing he's saying. So I'm just walking, crying, trying to walk to my granny. My granny ended up taking me to the hospital. And my granny was old too. She was old around that time. Yeah, it was crazy.
But your finger was salvageable.
Yeah, but it was hanging off. Like, you see, it's like a little mark. It's like a little mark in it. But it was like hanging off, just, you feel me, just hanging off to the side. But they ended up stitching it back on. I had to get stitches all in it.
Okay, and want to double back on one thing you said previously. You mentioned that you did grow up in a church setting and gospel music and things of that nature. Do you follow religion by any chance?
I ain't really been on it. I ain't really been like going to church for real. I did go to the church. I did go to church the other day, but I ain't really been on it too much for real. I don't know. I ain't been on it too much though.
And what religion is that you were raised under?
Christianity.
Did it get any more specific than that, like a particular branch under Christianity?
Kojic, I think. Kojic, yeah.
And did you mention that was on the mother's side of your family, father's side, or both?
That was on my mama's side.